Alright class, we are still on chapter 4. This is now going to be lesson 4-4. 4-4 is looking at multiplying and dividing monomials. Alright, so we are now working on these exponents and we're taking it to a higher level here. So let's go ahead and start with a simple problem. We have 3a squared being multiplied by 4a to the 5th power. Okay, so before what we were doing is just looking at the base numbers or the variables only, but now we have both. So what am I going to do? First, I'm going to use commutative and associative properties and multiply the coefficients. Then I'm going to add the exponents that have the same base. Okay, what does that all mean? Let me show you. First thing I'm going to do is multiply my numbers. So in one set of parentheses, I'm going to do 3 times 4. Okay? Because those are like terms. They're both numbers. They're both just regular integers. Then, in a second set of parentheses, I'm now going to do my variables. And I'm going to bring the exponents with them because this 2 is attached to the a. So it needs to come with it. So I'm going to do a squared times a to the 5th. Alright, so all I've done is combine similar terms. Well, we all know 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. And we all know from previous lessons that when we are multiplying by the same base, we keep the base and we add. So 2 plus 5 is going to give me 7. And that is my final answer. All right, let's try one that's a little bit more complicated. So we have 4x squared y cubed all being multiplied by 5xy to the 5th. First thing I'm going to do is combine similar terms. So let's do our numbers first. We have 4 and 5. So I'm going to do 4 times 5. Now I'm going to combine my x's. Okay, so let me change out colors here. Now I'm going to do my x's, and remember the exponents come with it. So I have x squared times x. Remember, this is also like x to the 1st power. We don't write the 1, but it is there. Alright, and then in purple, I'm going to combine my y's. Same as before. I did y to the 3rd times y to the 5th. Now, all of mine that are similar are now grouped together. So now we just solve it out. So 4 times 5 is going to give me 20. Okay. X is my base number here. Remember, we just add 2 plus 1. It's going to give me x to the 3rd. Y is my base number here. And now I just add 3 plus 5 gives me y to the 8th. So it started off looking something kind of crazy, but it's actually not too bad. Let's look at this problem. This one has a negative, but that's okay. Let's try that again. So I have negative 3 p squared r multiplied to 6p r cubed s. Wow, we got lots of different things going on here. All right, well, let's combine like terms. First thing we have numbers. So let's combine those, and then the positive and negative numbers come with it. So we have a negative 3 times a positive 6. Okay, now I'm going to combine my p. So I have a p squared times a p. Okay, now I'm going to combine my r's. I have an r times an r cubed. And then I just have an s chilling by himself. So that's okay, he just comes down by himself. He doesn't have a like term, so I'm not going to combine him with anything. Okay, so now let's go ahead and solve this out. We know 3 times 6 is going to give me 18. A positive and a negative equal a negative. So this one's done. Now we're going to add, remember there's a little 1 there, so I get p, 2 plus 1 is going to give me 3. Now p's are done. Now remember we have a little 1 there, so I have r, 1 plus 3 is going to give me 4. This one's gone. And since the S is just by himself, he just comes down. You don't leave him off, but he doesn't do anything extra either. That's all he has. Okay, let's try one more. What if we had something that had 3 different properties here? We have 4 times n to the 4th power times 5n to the 3rd power times p. Well, this is very similar to the problem we just did, but this time they're isolating the p, where last time it was just thrown in there. Same thing as we do before. So we have 4 times 5 in one set of parentheses. Now I'm going to combine my n's. I have n to the 4th times n to the 3rd. Combine those, and notice the p is just by himself. You can't do anything with him. So, just like the last problems, we're going to do 4 times 5 is going to give me 20. Okay, we add those together, that's going to give me 7, and the p just falls down. Okay? Alright, that is how you solve those problems. Now, what if we were dividing instead of multiplying? Let's see what a dividing looks like. So if I had 15m to the 5th power all over 3m squared. Okay, so let's solve this out. First thing we want to do is divide our actual numbers. So we have 15 and 3. 3 goes into 15 5 times. So that's the beginning of my answer over here. That's going to be my base number. Now we just need to take care of the m's. So we have m to the 5th power over m to the 2nd power. And if you remember, when dividing exponents, you subtract. So it becomes m 5 take away 2. 5 take away 2 is going to give me m to the 3rd power. And this is your final answer. Let's look at another one. We have 18 a squared b to the 3rd all over 16 a b to the 3rd. Okay, well, let's do our numbers first. 18 and 16 can both be reduced down by 2. So that would give me 9 over 8. Okay. Now, let's look at our a's. We have a to the 2nd, a to the 1st. So we subtract. 2 take away 1 is going to leave me with just an a. All right. Now, let's look at our b's. 3 take away 3, these actually cancel because it becomes 0. So my final answer is 9 over 8a. And that's it. So sometimes they don't always work out totally beautiful, but there you go. Here's one. We have 18x, let's try that again. 18x to the 7th all over 6x squared. So let's first solve this. We know that 6 goes into 18 3 times, and now let's subtract. 7 take away 2 is going to give me x to the 5th. Let's look at one that has 2 variables. We have 12m squared n to the 3rd all over 9m n to the 2nd. Well, we know that 9 and 12 can both be reduced down by 3, which is going to give me 4 over 3. Now I have m to the 2nd take away m to the 1st, which is going to be 2 take away 1, which is just going to give me 1m. And then I have n to the 3rd take away n to the 2nd, which is going to be 3 take away 2, which is just going to give me 1n. So final answer is 4 over 3 mn. Alright guys, I hope this helped you for your homework. Have a good night.